Yo, how's it going? Bruh, you got to go and get your pen and your popcorn for this episode. I got my first guest, Jabs Carter. Bro, so many gems dropped in this episode. Listen, if you want to know how to go and do, like, if you want to know how to get into real estate without using any of your own money, cash flow from day one, and make upfront assignment fees, you got to listen to this episode. He's going to break it all down for you. He's also going to talk about, his come up story and how he got his first deal, being a husband, being a father, showing how he, bro, you got to go and tune in. This one's a good one. Let's go. What's going on, Jabs? So let me do the intro. I already messed up, bro. Let me do the intro for my man Jabs. There's no need for introduction for the GOAT of the DFW when it comes to creative finance deals, co-host of the dopest real estate monthly meetup in the DFW, owner of multiple doors using none of his own money, ex-boxer, and then self-proclaimed better closer than Pace Morby himself. My man Jabs Carter. How's it going, brother?
It's good, man. I appreciate that introduction. I feel like I'm getting ready to go out to a fight.
Yeah. I'm right there.
I
I'm right
appreciate
there
it,
with
man.
you. Trying to do what do they do? The trainers. I'm the trainer behind you, trying to get you in the ring, brother.
Oh yeah, getting me ready, man. Preparing
Yes,
me,
sir.
massaging my back and stuff, getting me ready. Let's go.
Yeah, man. So
I
I
love
mean,
it.
I guess we can kick it off with a self introduction of yourself. What do you do? How do you do it? And we can start from there.
All right, perfect, man. First of all, I want to start off by saying I just be counting this money all day, every day, dog.
Yeah. Yes.
No, I'm just messing with you. I couldn't wait to pull that off. No, man. Like you said, my name is Jabs. I'm a traditional investor. I buy houses. But one thing about me is when I buy houses, I
Yeah.
don't use any of my own money at all. None.
Damn.
Like zero. Every time someone asks me, uh, whenever I'm, borrowing money, they always ask, how much money are you putting in? Zero. None. I'm bringing the deal. So, and they respect it because for one, I'm legit. I work with integrity, and I just kind of, I show people how I work and what I do. I'm just I'm a great person to connect with. I'm easygoing, and I'm literally all I do, bro, is I buy houses, and I'm a dad. Like this is all I do every single day: buy houses, watch sports, and be a dad and a husband.
Yes, sir.
So nothing spectacular about me. Only thing is I just use my mind to make really good decisions and help people. And that's literally, I think that'll be a good introduction for me, like moving forward on any other podcast or any other shows, or if I'm on stage somewhere. I mean, that's going to be my new introduction right there.
Right. Nah, and that's pretty dope, bro. I think I mean, there's so much to touch on that. One thing that kind of stuck out to me was borrowing, and the paradigm shift of because basically what you're doing is you're putting a puzzle together, and you're
Right.
like the composer of this,
Hmm.
and like it's mind blowing when you think of you're using none of your own money, because traditionally people when they think real estate, oh, you got to have a lot of money, or you got to do this, but in reality it's all about connections. And man,
100%.
it's dope seeing you maneuver. I remember the first conversation we had, you were saying how you structured the deals, and you basically introduced me on how a wrap works. You kind of broke it down in ABC's form. Like
Yeah.
that right there, I was like, bro, I being in the Subto mentorship, I was like, I didn't like there's so much to touch on, and you just broke that down. I was like, dang, that shit's crazy, bro, how a wrap works, and you're not even using none of your own money.
At all.
And I don't know. It, bro, props to you, bro. You've been crushing it. I've been seeing it, and I'm trying to be like you, my boy.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it, dude.
Take us, bro. Take us to the beginning. What was that light bulb moment? For oh, I'm gonna get started in real estate. What was that? How did that look for you?
Dang. Let's go back all the way to 2019. Man. or maybe let's start from when I was born up until now.
Yeah.
The reason why I say that is because it shows me the progress and it shows me like where I'm going in the direction that I'm taking. But
Mm,
growing up, bro, I mean, we were always middle class. I'm not a what they call it, trust fund baby or any of that stuff. A
right.
lot of my family members, we grew up with not a lot of money. Like we wasn't poor, but we wasn't rich. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Somebody had to break the stigma, especially being like a black man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm a family man. I have two brothers and I have two sisters, and I'm the oldest, so I have
Oh
to kind
wow.
of lead the way, you know what I mean? And it was kind of tough, like growing up, like Christmas just passed, and I try to give my kids like the best Christmas, like you know what I'm saying, an unforgettable,
Right. You try to build that core
unforgivable,
memory in them, bro.
yeah, an unforgivable Christmas. Like I don't want you to forget this. Like I want Christmas to mean a lot to you because for
Mm-hmm.
me, when I had Christmas after Christmas.
Man,
You
why
know
is
what I'm
that?
saying? Because my mom, she was working all the time, but she didn't make enough money to
Mm.
provide, Christmas gifts and be able to buy all of these things for us. She said, "Hey, son, I can buy you some Christmas gifts after Christmas, but just not for Christmas. So I'll get like something small for Christmas." And, that kind of affected me when I was little. I didn't understand and I didn't know. But the economy that we were in, it was just like, damn, now I do understand as a parent, mom, she had to do what she had to do. And my father was in prison for 15 years. So it was just hard,
Oh
but he's
dang.
in my life now. You know what I mean? He's a pastor now, doing really good, and he's
Oh wow.
he's looking at me and like, "Damn, son, I'm proud of you." But the reason why I'm
Wow.
bringing this stuff up is because transitioning to me working at jobs, not trying to sound cliche, but working at a job is just not for me. I've been working
Bro.
like I've worked at many jobs. I mean, a lot. I
Whew.
probably had maybe over 100 jobs, just trying to figure out like, damn, what exactly do I want to do?
Bro.
I was always a football player. That's my first passion. Then boxing, and from boxing, I say let's go ahead and fast forward. So I gave you the sentimental story,
Mm.
but the 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 gist behind that is where I'm about to get into, which is the hustle in me, which
Right.
is why I'm doing what I'm doing. But having that kind of background, not being the richest, but also not being the poorest, but being able to see, seeing two sides of a family. You got the rich family that you're looking at, like, damn, they get anything they want, they can ask for whatever they want and they're spoiled, they get it. But then you have the other family who's like, hey, mama or daddy, I want this, but you can't get it because they can't afford it. So I'm like, damn, now it's my turn. I have the steering wheel. Let me go ahead and kind of change that stigma, change that narrative. If my kids want something, hey, look, you got to work for it, but daddy got it, but you got to work for it too. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm able to provide for my family. I'm able to provide for my kids. So the this shit right here takes work. It takes drive. It takes integrity, and it definitely takes dedication. I can tell you that now. But from 2019, when I got started in 2019, my boy, I had an old friend. He's the one who actually put me into real estate. He kept talking to me about it. He was like, "Hey, man, everything that we doing, it has something to do with real estate. We need to get in real estate." And obviously, I'm like, bro, I ain't got no money. Credit is like a 580. I can't really
Right.
do much. I don't know nothing about real estate.
Shit, my cre-
So
my my credit's a 4, bro. Nah, I'm just kidding. You seen it?
you can still buy a house. Hey, I
Bro.
got you.
Yes, sir.
Look, so he just kept pushing it on me, and I'm like, bro, like you're not even in real estate. But what he was doing was he was like opening the doors for me. He's like,
Right.
look, man, I'm finna get involved. I want you to come in with me. And I'm like, yeah, yeah, whatever. So he got in. He got in as an agent, and he made his first commission check within like 3 weeks. Bro, we used to always play Madden and 2K every single day. We would just we would just study boxing, and we would play Madden every single day. And one day he was like, "Hey, bro, I think I'm about to go close this deal." And I was like, "Close a deal? What the hell does that mean?"
Right.
Like, what does
Right.
close a deal mean? He's like, "I'm about to get paid on something." He's like, "If this buyer actually buys this house, I'm gonna make $5,000. At that time, bro, 5,000 was a lot. That was like, wait, what? 5 grand? I'm only making like $600, a week, or dude, it was a lot.
Yeah.
But he told me, he said, yeah, I'm about to make $5,000. He FaceTimed me the whole way there. It was in he drove from Fort Worth all the way to, what is that city out there? It's past Dallas, it's past the lake. I cannot think. Rockwall. He drove all the way to Rockwall.
That's a drive.
They yeah, he had got the buyer. The buyer said, yes, I agree to this deal. I like it. I want to buy the house. He FaceTimed me throughout the entire process. It was crazy. They signed the contract, and then a few days after that, not even a few days, like maybe 20 something days after that, he had got his commission. And it surprised the hell out of me because I'm like, that's when the light bulb went out. I'm
Right.
like, 5 grand, bro. He took a picture, showed it to me, showed me the check, and I'm like, $5,000, bro. That's a lot of money. So, and at that time, I was just about to have my daughter, which is my firstborn, Zion. I was just about to have her. He got his check, so that kind of motivated me, dude. That motivated me like a lot. So I'm like, you're not smarter than me.
Right.
Like,
Right.
we do the same thing every day, so I know I can do what you're doing. So he had told me, he was like, yeah, I've been trying to tell you to get into this real estate stuff. So I finally got on YouTube and I said, all right, let me look up real estate. Just typed in real estate. And the first video I saw was it
Let me guess
was
it. Let me guess it.
Mark.
Ah.
Go
I
ahead.
was gonna
Go
say
ahead.
Max
Go ahead.
Maxwell.
Okay. He was the second person. He was the
Yeah.
second person. But
Dang.
no,
Who was the first one?
it was a guy. This was on the Breakfast Club.
Oh
You know,
yeah.
you got DJ Envy and this guy named Mark Whitten.
Mm-hmm.
And it was basically all you got to do is type in Mark Whitten Breakfast Club, and
Mm-hmm.
that video is going to pop up. And he just gave out so much game, bro, so much value for free.
Right.
And he's my skin tone, so I'm like, damn, this is a black guy that's doing this stuff. Let me try it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I studied that. Like, there's 2 videos to it, and I studied the videos, and he's just telling us like, hey, you can look up people's address, phone numbers for free. You can go out driving for dollars to find these leads. Everything you're doing is for free. I like free. I'm cheap. Well, I'm sorry, I'm frugal. So I'm like, okay, cool. You know, he's giving me this game, but he wasn't explaining how to become an agent. He was explaining how to become a wholesaler.
Wholesaler. Yeah.
So there was a little distinction between my partner being an agent and me looking at this video talking about wholesaling. So I'm like, okay, what is
Did
he doing that
did it
he's not?
confuse you? Yeah, I was gonna say it confused the hell out of you, right?
It did. In the
Yeah.
beginning, it did. So I was like, okay, what's the difference?
Right.
So anytime I don't know something, I YouTube it up.
Mm-hmm.
What is an agent? What is a real estate agent? What is a real estate wholesaler? So I found out the two, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's the distinction. You're flipping contracts, and you're actually out here working for someone else. I'm not good at that. If I can work for myself, go out, drive for dollars, put in all the work, I can do that. But going and just working for someone as an agent, I probably that wouldn't fit
Showings,
me.
all that. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
tough.
yeah. But at the time, I was excited to learn about real estate, so I literally took the test. I took the course that my old partner wanted me to take to become an agent. I was going that route. I was going in his direction. But then I'm like, okay, I'm about to get my license, but I don't want to be sitting at somebody's desk from 9 to 5 trying to, get some deals. I'm like, I just can't do that. So I
Right.
decided not to take the test. I didn't take the test. I passed all 6 courses. You got to have
Dang.
180 hours in order to
Right.
get
That's a lot of
your
time spent too.
license. It was a lot, bro. But I passed
Yeah.
all the courses, but I didn't take the state and the national test. I didn't take them. So
Yeah.
me and him, we went driving for dollars. He was just showing me how to drive for dollars, and as we were driving for dollars, we were cold calling. Where he was cold calling. He was like, "Let me show you how to close a deal. Let me show you how to talk to people." He didn't know how to talk to people, bro. Just like as
He
as a
just put
regular
himself
person,
out there.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was the closest person to him, so I'm able to tell him, bro, you don't know how to talk to people. I'm
Yeah.
listening to his conversations. I'm like, dang, dude, you rude. Some
Yeah.
guy
Yeah.
asked for
Aggressive.
90K and he's, yeah, real aggressive. I'm like, damn, where your people skills at? So I'm like, I can sound a little bit better than him.
Mm-hmm.
So he was just making these calls. We were calling through Mojo at the time,
Mm-hmm.
and as we were driving for dollars and cold calling at the same time, we were also leaving notes on people's doors. So he put me on a lot of stuff. So as we were as we were driving for dollars and cold calling, we were also listening to podcasts about real estate. So like at this point, my life is about to change. Like everything is just strictly real estate for me. That's it. Nothing else. So he kind of helped me out with some mindset stuff as well. Like, look, bro, you want to be in a better position. You know, you got to make some changes and make some adjustments. You got to cut a lot of people off. And I'm like, all right, yeah. That's all cliche, whatever. Show me the money. I don't want to hear none of that other stuff. So we finally landed our first deal. We were driving for dollars in South Dallas. Got this guy. He wanted 90 grand for his house. My partner wanted to talk him down to 20,000, which wasn't a bad deal.
Right.
But the way he tried to talk to him,
he wanted the seller wanted 90, and you needed it to be at 20.
We would have made $20,000.
Okay.
If my partner would have got him down to 20,000.
Okay, but damn, that's a big drop.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
So we went from 20,000 to at first we were not going to get the deal at all. It was crazy. He got on the phone, he talked to the guy, and they had it was a pretty good conversation. But again, the guy my old partner, he didn't know how to talk to people. So he was just very direct, no sales skills, nothing. I didn't have sales skills. I just knew how to talk to people because I used to work at a security company. I also worked at warehouses. I did a lot of jobs, dude. I hopped from job to job, but I had some type of skill set. And so as he was talking to this guy, I'm just listening. I'm like, man, you're not giving this person like no type of respect, no type of love, no, nothing. You just straight to the point. Nah, I can't give you 90. I can give you 20. Yeah. And the guy was like, who the hell are you talking to? Why would I give you my house for 20,000? I'm asking 90.
Right.
So I'm thinking, okay, you could have did this a little bit better. Like I would have calmed him down a little bit because I used to work security, and our main goal was to defuse the situation or de-escalate the situation. So he hung up on the guy and was like, yeah, he ain't ready yet. You know what I'm saying? We'll follow up with him. Mm-hmm. He gave me my phone back, and the guy just so happened to text me back, or he texted me and was like, I can come down to 70,000 if you're trying to work out a deal. At the time, the ARV was like 120. So I had said, hey, bro, he came down to 70,000. I didn't know what that meant. I just know he's negotiating at this point. And he was like, yeah, we ain't trying to talk to him. He won't too much. Wait till he come down to 20. So I'm like, let me work my magic then. Right. So I get to texting the guy. Me and him had a good conversation. And I got the appointment set, not even knowing what the hell I'm doing, bro. I just got the appointment set by just texting this guy. And we were still driving for dollars. And I said, hey, do you want to come to this appointment with me? He wants us to come see the house. Maybe we can, negotiate a really good deal when we see him face to face. And he was like, nah, hell no. I'm not going out there. Not until he comes down to 20,000. I said, maybe we can talk him down to 20 face to face. And he was like, nah, you good. I said, okay. It was me, my girlfriend at the time, wife now, and my daughter. We drove to South Dallas.
Damn.
If you know about South Dallas, we're in the hood.
Yeah.
So I left them in the car. It was safe though. We was in a nice little neighborhood. We was safe. Because I can still see the car. I can see them. I parked across the street from the house. So I got out, talked to the guy. We talked for about at least 40 minutes. We talked about everything except for the house. We talked about his trucking company. We talked about his other businesses that he's trying to get into. We talked about my mom. We talked about everything except for the house. Again, this is new to me. I'm not knowing what the hell is going on. So I asked him, I said, hey, man, do you think I can take a look at the property? Like, can I look inside of the house? We were literally on the porch just talking the entire time. He lets me walk in. I walked around the house. I looked at it, not knowing what I'm looking for. It was an ugly, beat up house that needed some work. So he said, I finally walked out and he said, what you think? You like it? And I'm like, yeah, it's a beautiful property, man. I love it.
Right.
It's gorgeous. So he was like, yeah, I think so too. So he said, so what's your offer? And I froze. I'm like,
yeah.
What's my offer? Oh, my offer, right. Yeah, give me a second, man. Let me uh and he finished my sentence for me, put some numbers together.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me put some numbers together right quick.
Dang.
So I had called my mentor at the time. Uh, you know him, Niles.
Okay.
I called
Yeah.
Niles,
Shout out
and
Niles. I need to get him on here too.
he, oh yeah, that's my boy, man. He's
Yeah.
taught me a lot of stuff,
That's what's up.
and actually, he's a reason. And I'm gonna get into him right quick.
Uh-huh.
So I called Niles and I said, "Hey, Niles, I'm at this property. I FaceTimed him. Here's the property." He said, "Yeah, it looked like it need work."
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Yeah. Uh, what do I offer this guy?" And he said, "What's the address?" I sent him the address. He said, "Okay, yeah, you need to be somewhere around 30,000." I was like, "Whoa, 30,000. Okay." I was nervous. I was super nervous, bro. This guy came from 90, then he went down to 70, and now you want me to offer him 30? I'm like, come on, man. Like, why are you? Why do I have to be in this position to offer this man 30,000 for his house? So, and I was always told, and this sticks to me. You know you're making a good offer if you feel embarrassed to make the offer.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, but I didn't know that at the time.
Now nobody does,
So I
right? When
come
you
out,
first
yeah,
shit.
yeah. Nah.
It's nerve wracking offering such a low ball offer. You're like, damn, but you
Oh
never
yeah,
know what they're gonna say.
100%. So you got a black tee on right now,
It's gray.
or is that like a? Oh, it's gray. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
See, you like me, bro. I don't need flashy stuff. Like,
Nah.
I am okay. All right. I brought that up because somebody had told me that I wear weak fits and I make a lot of money, and I'm like, okay.
Dang,
But
that's what's up though. I mean, you don't need to, you don't need to show it off. You got it.
yeah, yeah. My priority's in a different location.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I'm on the phone with Niles. Niles tell me, hey, we need to offer this guy $30,000. I'm like, okay, cool, perfect. I'll get to the point. So I want you to kind of put yourself in my shoes. I'm literally walking outside to meet him face to face and offer this guy $30,000. I'm nervous, my heart beating fast. Um, damn near pooped on my damn self. I was that nervous. Like I was like sweating and everything.
Yeah.
So I went outside and I said, "Hey man, I just talked to my partner and he said we can give you $50,000."
Ah, man, been there, done that. Yep. Yep.
And he said, 50? Okay.
Okay. Yeah, he's gonna
Yeah, we can
agree
make
to
that
it, and
work.
then you can't give him 50.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yep.
So I'm like, okay. I'm like, oh shit.
Dang.
Okay. So I said, okay, all right. Give me another
Damn, you know
second.
what?
Let me call my partner.
I'm feeling like secondhand embarrassment right now for you. Like I'm like, damn. I was like, oh, that's tough. You're gonna get an offer accepted. You can't, that you can't cash. That's
Yes,
wild.
bro. That's exactly what happened. So I had told him, okay, give me a second. Let me call my partner right quick. So I called Niles back and I said, hey Niles, I got good news, man. He accepted 50,000.
It's like, nah, bro,
And
you
Niles, yeah,
go back.
Niles so laid back.
Yeah, yeah.
He was just like, yeah, bro, it's all good. Yeah, but we gotta get him for 30. And I'm like,
That's a good
30,000.
That's a good impersonation of him, bro. That's good, bro. But you gotta
Hey,
go back
man.
and get him to 30.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right, man. Okay, cool. I'm like, fuck, 30,000. I said, okay, hey, he said, Niles was like, you nervous? And I was like, yeah, bro, I'm real nervous.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, yeah, you're making a good offer if you feel embarrassed to make that offer.
Right.
I was like, what does that even mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm not good with wordplay. You got to be direct with me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But Niles is really good at wordplay. So I'm like, okay. I go back outside. The guy, he's there. He's like, all right, what's your partner say? I said, for some odd reason, man, I think he made a mistake. He said, we gotta be, I think our true offer have to be somewhere around like, I think he said $48,000. And so he was like, all right, that don't sound too bad.
Yeah.
You know, first you said 50, now you're saying 48. Okay, that's cool. And I'm like,
It's a 2K job.
Yeah. So I'm like,
Dang.
I called Niles again. I said, Niles, hey, he accepted 48,000. Niles so patient, bro. He's like, yeah, cool, man, cool. All right, that's good. You getting him down. You doing good. Now
Right.
we just gotta get him down to 30. I'm
Nice.
like, fuck, bro. He's not
Damn.
letting me get out of this.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, all right, okay, like I gotta drop my cojones or something and
Right.
offer this man 30, but I didn't have it in me, bro. I didn't.
Damn.
Cause I'm good with talking to people. I'm just good with working with people in general. I didn't
Right.
want to piss him off. I didn't want to make him mad. I didn't want to upset him.
Mm-hmm.
But he said, "Hey, man, like we got to give this man 30,000." So went back to the guy and I said, "Hey, um, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna maybe write up a an agreement and we can have that, sent out to you if that's okay." And he said, "Yeah, that's fine. $48,000." I got in my car. I didn't leave. I told my wife. She said, "So what happened?" I said, "Well, I got him down to $48,000." And she said, "Okay, what are y'all supposed to be? Like, what deal makes sense?" And I'm like, "I don't know." So she told me, she said, "Call Niles and see where exactly do y'all need to be." So I gave him a call and I said, "Hey Niles, look, I need to know, like, first of all, I need to know how we gonna sell this deal, how we gonna get this man this money, how we gonna sell this deal. Like, I don't even know what I'm doing. Like, what are we supposed to do?"
Right.
And he was like, "All right, bro, I got you. Yeah. So look, check this out. You get him down to 30,000, we can sell this property for 40,000." He was like, "You ever seen $10,000 before?" And I was like, "No, bro, I've never seen 10,000." He said, "Well, here you go. This is your opportunity to make $10,000 right here.
Yeah.
All you got to do is offer him $30,000 and we can sell this for 40,000." And I'm like, "Wow, okay." So I didn't get out the car. I didn't call the guy. I texted him. I was that nervous, bro. I sent him a text and I said, "Hey, after doing a final walkthrough, and this is just stuff that
Right.
I'm seeing on YouTube. After doing a final walkthrough of the house, we're looking at an unconditional offer of $30,000." Um, and my wife asked me, she said, "When do you think y'all can close?" So I asked Niles, "When can we close?" And he said, "We can close in 7 days." So I added that in the text message. I said, "We can close in 7 days. We'll cover commissions and closing costs." There was no agent involved. So why did I even say commissions? Because I didn't know what the hell I was doing.
Right.
I'm
Right.
watching YouTube, bro. So, and he said, "Hey," he texted me back and he said, "Hey, man, look, this the last time you're gonna lowball me, but I'm not taking nothing less than $30,000.
Damn.
If you go a dollar less than $30,000, this is no deal." Bro, I cannot explain the feeling that I had when he
Right.
accepted that offer, bro, because this was my very first time trying something and actually putting everything that I learned into action, and just to see this actually go into fruition, like you've seen it actually work. This guy accepted $30,000 for his house
Damn. Went from
after
90 to
my old
30.
teammate couldn't get him to 20. So I'm like, wow, bro, like I really just did this.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, Niles, hey man, he accepted the 30. He said, "I'm proud of you. Now here's the next step." And I'm like, "Next step? What are you talking about?" So the next step, this is what he did. He told me to go inside of these Facebook groups, inside of all the DFW Facebook groups. And I posted inside of those Facebook groups. He told me to post the ARV, the rehab, the purchase price, and give them half of the address, not the full address, but half, and give them like the rundown of the condition. And so I did that. I posted it in a lot of different groups. And when I posted it, he said, "Make sure that you give the buyers the address after you confirm that they can go walk the property. We
Right.
want to schedule a showing for all of these buyers." And I said, "Okay, cool." So I scheduled the showing with all these buyers, and I say at least 17 people showed up to the property in South Dallas, and they were like 30 minutes. They were at least 30 minutes ahead of time. So there was there early, super early, because I got there early, and I'm like, "Damn, there's a lot of people here." I
That's
didn't know what
wild.
the hell I was doing.
Yeah.
I didn't know what I was doing, bro. And so the guy that's supposed to open the door for me, he was what do you call them guys? He was the guy that was cutting the yard. I
Oh,
forgot what we
okay.
call him.
Landscaper.
Uh, Landscaper. There
Mm-hmm.
we go. So the landscaper said, "Hey man, here's the keys. I'll open the door for you. Are these all your people?" And I said, "Yeah, these are my people. We just coming to check it out." He said, "Okay, cool." So he opened up the door. I let everybody in. Everybody came out sending me offers. I'll give you 28. I'll give you 32. I'll give you 33. I'll give you 35. I'll give you 38. And then
Yeah.
this one guy came. His name is Tom. Tom is in the DFW area. He's a serious buyer, by the way. He came and said, "Hey man, how much do you guys want?" Before I get into that, my old partner actually showed up to the
Oh, what?
showing.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, he showed up to the showing. So he was helping me out, with negotiating with these buyers, because he obviously sold one of his deals a long time ago. So he helped me out with negotiating with the guy Tom, and he said, "Hey guys, how much do you want?" My partner said, "We want 50,000." We actually wanted 40. He said, "Hey, I'm not here to play any games. How much do you want?" And so he said, "Okay, give us 40." And he said, "Okay, I got 40,000. I can give you 40,000. I have $5,000 right now for earnest money." Me not knowing what earnest money
Yeah,
was,
didn't even
but
know.
he wrote a $5,000 check, put it in the title company's name, and he said, "Okay, I need you guys to deposit this like today before 5 o'clock." And I'm like, "What the hell is going on right now? Are you giving me $5,000 for me to keep?"
Right. Right. Didn't even know
And
what
so
the
my
hell.
partner told me, "I didn't know, bro. I did not know." So, but the whole purpose of me explaining this is, for one, for like anyone that's new, that's coming into the game. You kind of know the process, and you know those thoughts and those feelings and those emotions that you're supposed to have these emotions
Right.
when you're getting into
You sup
something like
you're
this,
supposed to not know what you're doing.
bro. It's called imperfect action.
Exactly.
That's it, bro. Failing forward. And that's all I was doing. I'm an action taker, and I'm a big risk taker as well. So, um, and it's legal. It's not. I'm not selling drugs. I'm selling houses.
Right.
So, um, but so Tom gave us the earnest money. We went to go to deposit it, and right after that, we had somebody else come and offer us 50 grand. I even have the negotiations on my Instagram and on my YouTube. So, but we couldn't do it. We couldn't go through with the deal because we already accepted the $5,000 earnest money, and then we also had a contract signed.
Right.
So, my partner said, "Yeah, we gotta work with integrity. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's not work with these people. It's okay to have them as backups, but we already accepted an offer." So I'm like, "Okay, cool, no problem." So we finally got to the closing table, and man, like that was my first $10,000. Although I had to split it with my team, but that was my first time seeing $10,000 in a bank account. And it was just from that point was like, bro, there's a big ass light bulb. Like, bro, I can this is what I want to do.
Right.
I want to be able to walk around and use my mouth to make money.
Mm-hmm.
Take that how you want to take it. But I want to use my mouth to make money.
Yeah.
I'm good at talking, bro. I'm good at talking. So that led me into like just learning on how to negotiate, learning sales, learning like a skill that no one can take from me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now that I know that, I just kind of put that into a perspective where, okay, if I know that I can make money just by opening up my mouth and talking to people, why not master this? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And this helps me whenever I'm negotiating with my private money lenders, so that I don't have to bring any funds to the table whenever I'm purchasing a property.
Yep. That's so crazy, man. Nah, and bro. I want to touch on a couple things that you stated, at the beginning of that. Like we have we have a lot of similarities actually. Like whenever you said you had a lot of jobs, bro. Me too. Like I was going from job
Mm-hmm.
to job to job, and like at the time when you're going from job to job, you feel like, man, what the hell, like almost lost, and you're just like, bro, I know I'm meant for
Yeah.
something more. And then you said something about like your partner. or earlier you were saying how I know you're not smarter than me, bro. I felt that so much, so many times. I'm like, okay, you're making more money than me, but I know you ain't smarter than me,
Yeah,
bro. And so like,
exactly.
I'm doing something wrong, and like, let me figure out this puzzle that I need to piece together. That way I can, get on
Hmm.
your level, and then me, being having that competitive nature, being like, hey, you're making more money than me now, or you're being, you're doing numbers now, but let me hop on, bro. Like, let me try to see what's up, and
Yeah.
then move this thing forward. And bro, like I could see the grit in you, bro. Like I could see the hustle in you. I think the only like difference between me and you with that story specifically is that it seemed that you took action quick, like right away.
Oh
And
yeah.
and for me, it was a long time. Like I had a lot of analysis paralysis, and like it just, a lot of people do. So I mean, my question would be is like how did like how were you able to start right away, bro?
Start buying or start
Like
wholesaling?
taking action in general. Like what do you think that's what's inside of you saying like, hey, like I'm gonna just do it? Because I feel like that's a lot of people's problem. Like especially because I'm targeting like the new audience, right? Who's
Okay.
trying to get started. Like, and you see it all the time, bro. People ask you, your inbox is flooded. I imagine,
Oh yeah.
and it's just
Oh
like
yeah.
it's like what's the key ingredient to just taking action now? Like why do you how can you do that and a lot of people others can't?
So when people come my way, um, I want to first I have to show them a proven concept. Like people like to see numbers,
Mm,
so I'll show them a check. Hey, here I made 10 grand. Here's my bank account. Yada yada. People, I don't have to do that, but I do that so that people know, okay, this guy's legit. He knows what the hell he's doing. I can, I can listen to this guy. But if I go to someone and they're not showing me like nothing at all, not even a car, no clothes, no, you know what I'm saying, nothing fancy or something like that, then I'm probably not going to follow their guidance. I'm just being real. That's the today's world that we're
for
in.
sure.
You know, people they want to see something. Like I want to see you showing me something. You got to have something to show for what you're talking about. So for the ones that's new, like my suggestion would be make sure that these people actually are closing deals, and you don't have to show your bank accounts or anything like that. You can show people HUD statements. Hey, here's my LLC. Here's the previous properties that I've either purchased or I've wholesaled. Here's the assignment fee to my company right here. But what do you do? Like what got me started was, for one, like I told you, the fact that my partner, he made $5,000 for
So
his
it
first
was the proof of
deal.
concept right next to you
It
basically.
was a proof of concept,
It
bro.
was right
It was a
there.
proof of concept.
Mhm. Yeah.
And I looked at my family and I'm like, bro, that can put us in a much better position that we're in right now.
Right. But even then, like you like I mean I see it all the time with just like literally success can happen right next to somebody, and and people will
Hmm.
still not believe it. They're like, ah, nah, that was one off, or oh no, that is bull crap, or whatever
Yeah.
whatever they think. And like I guess as entrepreneurs, as real estate investors, we kind of see the revisionaries, right? Like we see it,
Oh yeah.
you know. And
100%.
so, like, that's dope that you had the opportunity to have somebody that was already getting started, and then you were just like, all right, I'm gonna do it too.
I'm about to take it and
Right,
run with
right,
it,
right.
man. Like because I'm like I said, bro. I come from a family of like we're like middle class, and I want to see more. I want to do more. I want better.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? I want better for us. I'm not a stagnant person. I like to elevate. I like to grow. So in order for me to grow, I can't sit just be making 12 to 15 to $17 an hour at a job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Making a couple $100 a week, like that's just not
Right.
going to help us. Like what is it going to take for my family to elevate? You know what I'm saying? I'm a family man. I was raised around family. I used to get my ass whooped by all my aunts, my uncles, my mom, my papa, my granny. Like I
Right.
was raised as a family child, bro. So everything I do is evolved around my family. It has to be about family. My next move has to be about my family. That's just how I am.
Same here, bro.
So if if I want my family to be in a much better place, in a much better position, it's gonna ultimately come down to me, the actions that I take.
100%.
So if I can risk my time, if I can risk having fun, if I can risk, cutting off my friends and all of that stuff, I'm okay with that to put my family in a much better position. I want a mansion. I want a mansion, bro. I want a mansion because I want my family to be there. Not for me, but for my family. So I'm I'm going back to my why. First of all, you have to figure out what is your why. Is your why even worth you putting in this time? To me, 100% it is.
Right.
Otherwise, we're going to be stagnant, still in the same position, still in the same place, trying to work for someone else, asking for raises, 50-cent raises, $1 raises. To hell with
Can't
that,
do it.
bro. Nah, dog.
Yep.
We can be traveling the fucking world together. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, we don't have to do half the shit that we're doing. I enjoy doing this stuff. I'm making money just, again, take this how you want to take it,
Right.
but I'm making money just by using my mouth, bro.
Pause.
Using my mouth and my mind.
Right. Nah, man.
Just real
And,
talk.
and that brings me to my next question, or question I had lined up for you, bro. I was gonna say, like, you mentioned being a family man. How has that affected your journey? Because I remember when we were working on that DeSoto deal, you said you bring your kids to the actual appointments because it helps show that
Hmm.
you're. And I never thought of it before. I'm like, bro, that it only makes sense. You're buying houses from normal people, so why not show that you're a normal person? Like
Exactly.
you take your kids to the appointment because you said that it helps you show, you're a normal person and not some scammer just trying to
Yeah.
take their house.
Yeah,
How has it
100%, bro.
affected your, like you think it elevated you much more quicker by having a family and being, having intention like that and stuff?
Yes. So, yes, 100%. Um, One reason I used to bring my kids to, at the time was just my daughter,
Hmm.
but I used to bring her to the appointments, just like you said, so that I could show people, hey, look, I'm a regular person. I just have the resources to purchase your house. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I want you to see that I'm a regular person. I'm doing this for her. I'm doing
Hmm.
this for my family. I'm a family man. And people, they relate to people that's like them.
Right.
They don't want some big company trying to come in here and lowball them. If I lowball them with a kid in my hand or on my shoulder, hey, I understand
Right.
why you're doing
Right.
this. You got to make money for your baby. You know what I'm
Damn,
saying?
that's another good
So
point to it.
it
Yeah.
it definitely helped me out. Like, hey, look, if I'm going to buy this house, I have to make enough money so that I can make a spread. If I'm and I would be upfront with people and let them know, hey, I'm only trying to make $25,000 on this flip. That's all I'm trying to make. While you make 115 or $120,000. So, and here's my reason why. It's because I got a family, I got my kids, and this is the rapport that I'm building with the sellers. It also helps me out with building rapport with them. Because they're like, "Oh my goodness, you have a baby? Can I hold her?"
Right.
Hmm. Here you
Yeah.
go. Here
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
go. Cha-ching, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm gonna definitely price drop you right quick. But not to sound like I'm lowballing people just because I had a baby, but it actually helped me whenever I'm talking to people because they can relate. This is just a regular person. This person is doing it obviously for his family. He's a family guy. I can relate to him. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it affected me positively and then also negatively too because I was taking a lot of time away from my wife. At the time, she was my girlfriend, but she's my wife now. I mean, we've been through a lot of stuff together, like a lot. And the growth that she's seen is just like it's crazy because we wasn't in this position. The house that I'm in right now is a 5 bedroom house. I'm paying almost $3,000 a month. I couldn't do that when I first started. I'm paying her bills, my truck notes, her truck note. I'm paying the kids daycare. Dude, I couldn't do that a few years ago. But she stuck with me and she sacrificed a lot of time away from me because I had to sacrifice time away from her doing this real estate stuff, trying to figure this stuff out.
Right.
So, I want to say that's probably a negative just because I had to spend a lot of time away from the family.
Yeah.
But my goal was to be able to
More
spend
time
more
with them.
time with them.
Yeah. I'm in the same boat.
So I had to make that sacrifice. I had to make that sacrifice. And she understood and she saw the proof of concept. She's like, okay, I see what you're doing. I see your vision now. I see your goals. I see what you're doing. So I'm going to hold everything down. I got you. Like, I appreciate you. I know why you're doing it. You're not just out here screwing around, messing with other women. No, I don't have time for that. I'm trying to put us in a better position. You know what I'm saying? So
That's what's up, man.
that there's some pros and cons to it, but I think the biggest con or negative feedback or negative outlook that some people will have is that yes, you are going to have to kind of split up that time with your family and your friends if you have friends and your spouse. And I say that in a negative way, but it could be a positive for you if you do positive things with your
Right.
time. So I'm out dropping for dollars. I'm cold calling. I'm going to these meetups. I'm doing everything that's real estate related. So I'm literally like I'm forcing my way through. Like I have to make this shit work. Sorry for
No,
cussing,
you good.
but I have to make this work. I have to, especially if I'm spending time away from my family. I have to make this work. Y'all are the reason that I'm doing it.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
there's some pros and cons or positive and negatives to it. But it affected us positively. The good outweigh the bad, if you ask
Oh, for
me.
sure, 100%, man. It's, I mean, that's another similarity. You know, my wife, she holds it down, and for me, I had to like, show, cause like at like before real estate, I had a whole bunch of business ideas that I never followed through with, and I
Mm-hmm.
had to, I had to show like I was, capable of doing it. And even before then, because I started off couch flipping and stuff, so I had to show her that I could actually make money
Yep.
doing, flipping couches and stuff. And once, she was gonna hold it down regardless, but like at a certain point, she had to like kind of push me and be like, "All right, prove it to me." And so like at that point, I was like, "All right, I'm gonna prove it to you." And then from then on, I mean, she still holds it down. But that's dope, man. Let's
Mm-hmm.
like it's hard to, like, I would say this, like, it's all perspective whenever you're kind of trying to navigate the time spent with your family, because at the end of the day, you want to spend all the time with your family, or at least most of it.
Yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
like, I would say, you got to make these sacrifices. I mean, it's either that or you're going to make the sacrifices working 40 hours for somebody that, you're working for somebody else's goal, or
Yeah.
however they call it,
Yeah.
you're working on somebody else's business for 40 hours a week or more. You know what I'm saying? So you might
Mm-hmm.
as well be working on your own shit. My bad. You might as well be working on your own than working for somebody else's. And that's the sacrifice you got to
Exactly.
make in order to, because at the end of the day, bro, like me and you both know, we're gonna have this thing on automation, but you know what
Yep.
I'm saying, and so
That's the goal right now, dude. That is the ultimate goal right now.
and like it'll be automated entirely here pretty soon for you. So like that sacrifice is well placed in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
You know, let's
One
let's
hundred
talk let's
percent.
talk boxing.
Let's
Do,
go. Let's
I
go.
was gonna say, do you think being a boxer in your past life, you, do you think it showed, like, because in boxing, bro, you gotta have grit, bro. I don't care what people say. Do you think that
Yeah.
translated to real estate?
Oh, I'm 100%. That's why my name is
Right.
Jabs. That's why people don't know my real name in real estate, bro. And you have to like know me to know my real name.
Right.
But Jabs come from there's a lot of things that come with Jabs, okay? First of all, I have like one of the best jabs. I used to make people nosebleeds. That's my favorite punch. Every punch, every combination
Starts off
starts with the jab.
100%.
It starts with the jab. So I'm a fundamental person. And jabs, what that means, bro, is like I'm I'm more of a person. I have to master something before I can just like, what I'm saying, like go all in on it. I want to master it. And that was one of the things that I mastered was the jab. And I can translate that into real estate. I'm basically mastering sales, talking to people. That is like that's like the nucleus of this business is talking to people and creating solutions for people. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So I had to master that. Everything starts with talking to people in real estate. Everything starts with the jab in boxing. That is the
Mm.
very first punch that you learn.
Mm-hmm.
So my coach, he named me Jabs. He's like, your name is going to be Jabs. I see you all the time. I mean, I obviously train you, but we're going to name you, your name is going to be Jabs. This is going to be your name. I'm like, okay, cool. I can run with that. I like it.
That's dope.
So I went translated the same exact energy, effort, mindset, integrity,
Into real
the work
estate.
ethic. I brought all of that into real estate,
Yep.
and I'm like, this is this. I mean, we're fighting, but we're fighting for like a bigger purpose. You know what I'm
For
saying?
sure.
I'm trying to change the stigma for us millennials. You know what I'm saying? Like for us black people, like we're not all the same. We're good people. I want people to know that we're good
Right.
people. You can work with us.
Hell yeah.
Um, but I can say that I'm proud of myself because you just don't know like the people that I have as my equity partners, my funding partners, my private lenders, my partners, just my partners and my teammates.
Right.
They're not the same color as me, bro. They trust me. They love me. And I want to be that loving, trusting person that everybody's working with. That's how I was in boxing. Everybody loved me. Like, damn, yeah, that's Jabs. Let's do it. Let's get a sparring session with this guy. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Jabs, can my guy? He's getting ready to fight. An open fighter. He has about 120 fights. I'm fighting people that got way more fights than I do, and they're honored to come spar with me. And I'm like, damn, that made me feel good. That's how I feel in real estate. Like I want to be that person. So, um, from boxing to real estate, bro, I feel like they're both like
It's
the
the same
same.
thing, bro. It's the same thing for sure.
I feel like it's the
Yep.
same. Like you have to be able to roll with punches. Um,
Tell me.
especially when when you sparring or you fighting against somebody that has a hard punch, you try to stay away from it, but the more you stay away from it, the more it comes to you. So same thing in real estate. Like, hey, I'm scared to get on the phone. I'm scared to make a phone call. Bro, that's the only way we're going to make money,
Yep.
bro. We got to get on the
Gotta
phone.
talk to people.
That's the punch that we're trying to avoid. We got to get on the phone. So, and sometimes I struggle with it too. Like I have to get on Zooms with people or I have to go on Instagram Live to hold me accountable to make the phone calls. Like,
Mm.
fuck, I'm bored. I don't want to do
Mm-hmm.
this. But I have to do it. Somebody got to
That's when
do
the
it.
discipline.
Somebody got to make that money,
That's when
bro.
that discipline
Yeah,
comes in.
exactly, bro.
Yep.
Like I'm so glad that you asked me that question because real estate and boxing, those can like really correlate with each other, bro.
Yep.
I can talk about boxing all day long and how it goes hand in hand with real estate because the more that or the hungrier I was in boxing, I was always trying to spar like the best people around like the
Mhm.
nation. I was fighting at 132, 132 pounds. I lost my
That's a
first
tough.
fight, but after that, I started learning
That's a
from it.
stacked weight class.
100%, bro.
132. Yeah.
100%. So I've learned from like anytime, like if I lose a fight, I would learn from it. Okay, where did I go wrong? Was it my confidence? Was it the lack of self-confidence? Because that lost me a few
Mm-hmm.
fights. I lost a fight before the fight even happened
Mm.
because of the lack of self-confidence.
Have you
You know what I'm
lost
saying? I'm like,
deals?
damn,
Have
I
you
don't.
lost deals before it even? Yeah, the same way, huh?
Yeah, because of the lack of
Mm-hmm.
self-confidence. I wasn't confident on the phone. I'm all nervous and shaking, and they can hear that. They can hear that on the
Yep.
phone. Like this guy's nervous. He don't know what he's talking about. But I do.
Right.
I do know what I'm talking about. But no, if you don't have that
Right.
confidence when you're talking to these people, how do you think? Why do you think they would trust you? You know what I'm saying? With their house, this is a $200,000 asset, and you think they're going to trust you with buying their property?
Right.
Nah, you got to have that confidence with people. You got to have confidence when you're in the ring. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Otherwise, these other fighters, they smell blood. Oh, he's not confident. He hasn't been running. He's been having sex. He's been doing a whole bunch of stuff he shouldn't be doing, drinking sodas.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He ain't make weight. Oh yeah, I'm finna beat this guy ass. I'm finna attack his body.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I would hear coaches on the other side of the ring yelling cuerpo, cuerpo,
Body.
mijo, cuerpo, eso, eso, cuerpo, because they know I'm
Right.
bro. I'm not confident when you go down
Yeah.
there.
Dang, that's
Like,
crazy.
so I learned from all of that stuff, and the more I learned in boxing, bro, it literally everything just maneuvered over here to real
It's a
estate.
direct correlation, bro.
Okay, that's it, dude. That is it.
That's dope, man. No, yeah, I mean, and I mean, I feel like all those traits played a part in how obviously successful you're doing in real estate, and you mentioned that all your private money people and all this and that, like you're your reputation in the industry definitely is of high,
Hmm.
like I don't hear anything bad about Jabs Carter, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? And you know that's a good thing, bro. So like, shit, that's what's
Yeah.
up, man. I was gonna say too. Next question, bro. Like I was gonna ask too. How like I can't. I guess I kind of know the answer. Because you mentioned private money and all this and that. But how has being part of Subto, you know, how has that changed your business?
That being a part of Sub 2, I can say that Sub 2 has placed me in a position where I don't even have to think about
That's
working.
crazy.
I don't have to think about going back to working another job. Here's the main thing that I've learned. I don't know why, but I'm really good at working with my back against the walls.
Mm,
Like like if I'm dry on money,
mm,
I know how to make money. I can buy a house and make money.
right.
I can buy a house and make money.
Yep. Most people don't
So
even know how to buy a house.
just with that, bro, just with that, bro, that opened up so many doors for me. Because there was times when I was broke and I'm trying to buy a property. I'm like, fuck, how can I make this happen? But also still make money and not worry about like, okay, the cash flow is going to come in the following month. Like, no, I can buy a house and be broke and still get paid up front. So, can I talk about that
Yeah,
right
bro.
quick?
Like
Just give
I
you a
really wanted
glimpse.
to get into that too. Like for those of like, I guess break it down. ABC 1 2 3. You know, my audience is gonna pertain to like newer people. So break down what it means to let us know, bro.
Perfect. So, the first thing is, okay, now that I have like properties under my wing, I think I have between 40 and 50 now because I just closed on a 10-unit condo in Dallas. So
Insane.
that kind of like skyrocketed my portfolio.
Yeah.
I sold 10 mobile homes. At the time I had 30, so minus 10, that's 20. Now, okay, so I'm between 30 and 40. Between there, somewhere around there, because I had just sold 10 mobile homes to my old private lender.
Wait.
So,
How many of this did you use your own money?
oh, none,
That's crazy.
none, none,
That's crazy. Let
none.
us know. Let us know, Jab. Let the people know how you do it.
First things first, I want you guys to start studying. I want you to learn about um, how to manage a property, how to self-manage a property. I want you to learn about property management companies. I want you to learn about agents. And if you're buying out of state, I want you to know how to kind of like hire boots on ground. So the reason why is because once you start learning about how to manage a property, self-manage it, if you don't want to hire a property management company, but you know about them, then you can obviously how to run your business or run your property. You know what I'm saying? You also need to learn how to structure a deal. You need to be able to recognize what a good deal is. Being able to recognize a good deal comes from knowing what exactly do you want. How much cash flow do you want? What are you trying to make per month? What's your goal? You need to know that stuff first. Once you figure out your goals and kind of like your business goals, and I'm not talking about personal goals, but your business goals. Once you figure those out, okay, now let's move to the next step. How are we going to reach these goals?
Right.
How many people do I need to talk to?
KPIs.
How many offers do I need to make? You need to track your
Right.
KPIs. So now that you got that in place, okay, now if you know how to structure a really good deal, finding the deals is going to be the easiest part because you already know how to identify a
What?
good
Yeah.
deal.
Exactly.
So at this point now I'm just going to negotiate with my private money lenders. Okay. So let's start from the
Break
top.
down what a private money lender is for the people that don't.
Yeah, so a private money lender is just an individual that has some cash either in their self-directed IRA, 401k account, insurance policy, or they just have cash just saved up in their savings account and they don't know what to do with it and they want to put it to work. They want to own maybe some rentals or they want to own a portfolio. They're just regular people that just have some cash sitting around.
Right.
That's literally a private money lender. It's not an institution. It's someone like either me or my boy Anthony. It's just a regular
Yep.
individual who has cash laying around somewhere that's looking to put it to
Yep.
use. They're trying to make a return, whether that's 8%, 10%, 12%, whatever that return is. They're just trying to make a return on their money, and they also want to gain a portfolio. That's a private money lender. It's not a bank. It's not Navy Federal. It's not Wells Fargo. It's not Bank of America. It's not Anthony Casa or Casados LLC. It's not
Right.
them. It's Dabs
It's
Carter,
a relationship.
or it's a relationship. That's literally a private money
Yep.
lender. So here's a quick example. I got $20, and Anthony says, "Hey, bro, I need like $20 for 5 days." Okay. He's gonna ask me, what are your requirements? Hey, bro, I don't have any requirements. Just give me like $30 back in 5 days. Anthony says, okay, cool. Here, Anthony, here's $20. 5 days passed by. He came back with $30. I just made $10 in return. There's my profit right there as a private money lender. So because he's borrowing the money, I'm gonna charge him interest. I don't want my $20
Well,
back because there's no benefit to me.
yeah, you got to
You know
make
what I'm
you got to
saying?
make the money
Uh,
work. Yep.
exactly. So Anthony goes out and he finds a good deal that can return me 30 bucks, and he still makes whatever his profit that he wanted to make in the beginning.
Right.
That's a private money
Right.
lender. So how these conversations, or how these private money lenders, this is how they want to be approached. They don't want you to just come to them, hey Anthony, are you a private money lender? Okay, so damn, like
Yeah.
you're not gonna ask me what's
What's
my
your yeah
goals. You're not
exactly.
gonna ask me, am I looking to get a portfolio? Like you're not asking me what my buy box is. Like you don't care about none of that. You just, are you a private money lender? That's not how I would approach someone. Hey Anthony, I got a quick question, man. I know you're in real estate and everything. What's your buy box? What are you looking for typically in a deal? Oh well, I'm new into real estate. I don't really have a buy box. I don't know what's going on. I don't. I got some money just sitting around, but I don't know how to find these deals. This is the perfect person right here that you can partner with. Okay, are you opposed to maybe partnering with me on a few deals that I come across? Whereas you become the funding partner, you want to start them off as funding partners first, and I be the one that actually manage and operate the property. Is that something that you're opposed to? Can you elaborate on that? Yeah, so basically, I'm going to be doing the negotiations. I'm going to sign the contracts with the sellers. I'm going to go out and find these deals, figure out, what makes sense for you. First of all, what type of deals do you like? Like, what type of returns do you like? And typically they'll say, yeah, I just want to beat the stock market. Okay, so you want to see something around like maybe 8 to 10%. Yeah, something like that. That's pretty decent. Okay, perfect. So if I go out and I go find these deals that's making at least like 10 to 15%, do you think we can maybe partner up on these deals? Sure, if 10 to 15%, yes,
Definitely. Right.
100%. Boom. I just got me a partner right there without even going into extra
Yeah.
details. So I start them out as funding partners first before I say private money lender, because I try to figure out what are their goals.
Mm-hmm.
Are you trying to get a portfolio, or are you just trying to make a return on your
Right.
money? And if they're trying to get a portfolio, okay, cool. I'm trying to do the same thing. Let's just partner up. Let's make it easy on each other. I'll go out, I'll go hunt the deals, I'll go negotiate them, I'll contract them, I'll manage them, I'll do everything. And all you got to do is just wire the funds over and just watch your money multiply. That's it. So now that sorry, I had dropped my charger. But now that you have them reeled in, okay, maybe a few deals after that, you can start having them as your private money lender where you don't have to give up any equity. I give up equity. I have no problem doing it.
So backtrack a little
You know what
bit.
I'm saying?
Backtrack a little bit. Of a private money lender versus a funding partner. What are the
Oh,
what
perfect.
is the
Okay.
key? What is the key? For those of them, people that don't know, what is the difference between the two?
So a private money lender, so the difference between a private money lender, some people call them PMPs, private money partners, or a funding partner. I call them funding partners. But a private money lender and a private money partner. So the private money partner is literally someone who's gaining equity inside of your deal. They get equity over the entire deal. So an example of a private money partner, hey, Anthony, I need $100,000 for this sub 2 deal. Okay, cool. Let's do the sub 2 deal together. We'll partner on a deal. Okay. Since we're partnering, Jabs, how much equity are you giving me? We can split the deal 50-50. You get 50% equity, I get 50% equity. Okay, 50% of what? Like, what is equity? That's going to be, um, equity would be like the entire deal. So if we resell the house, you get 50% of the proceeds. If we refinance the house and there's equity, you get 50% of the proceeds from the refinance. You get 50% of the cash flow. You get 50% of everything over the entire deal.
Okay.
So if we're making $1,000 a month, you get
Some
500, I get 500.
right.
We're 50-50
Right.
partners. You're an actual partner. I don't have to pay you back in 3 years or 4 years or 5 years. You're in this deal with me
Right.
forever.
We both
However
we're
long we
both
keep this deal.
responsible for it. I'm just doing the legwork. You're bringing the money.
Yes, that's literally it.
Gotcha.
A private money lender, they don't want to be
They
involved
just
at
kind of
all.
sit back.
They don't want nothing. Yeah, they just want to make a return on their money. A private money lender, they're going to expect to see their money back within 6 months, 12 months, 24 months, 36
Yep.
months, 60 months, 5 years. That's the same
Right.
thing, but y'all get what I'm
Right.
saying. Private money lenders, those are typically people that are charging you interest only
Hmm.
payments for a certain amount of time.
Yep.
Private money partners, they're not charging you interest only
Right.
payments.
And so, you personally, whenever you're negotiating that, whenever somebody's actually your partner, do you lower the interest, or there is no interest? It's just pure equity.
It's pure
Okay.
equity. There is no
Gotcha.
interest.
And
Now, the deal, depending on how much cash they put in and how much cash flow we're making, or their portion of the cash
mhm.
flow, the deal can make them, 12% cash on cash return for like a year or maybe 2 years. But after that, we can increase the rents that will also increase the cash on cash return, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But we're not giving them interest only payments.
Right.
You're making what the deal makes you.
Yeah. You in
So
it
if the
with me,
deal
buddy.
makes you 12%,
Right.
exactly,
Right.
exactly.
No. Yeah. What do you like better?
So, damn. Hmm.
I guess it's
I
deal
would say,
dependent,
I
right?
think, yeah, kind of. But if I would have to pick over private money partner and private money lender, I would say I like pimps better
Mm.
because I don't have to go out and refinance a house or resell a house to pay them their money back.
It's less pressure on
You're
you.
in a deal with me, so
Yeah.
exactly,
Yeah. That makes sense.
exactly. You're in a
That
deal
makes
with
sense.
me for forever. So I don't have the deal is going to pay you back. I don't have to pay you back. I mean,
Right.
of course I have to pay you back,
Right.
but
Right. Right.
the deal is what's paying you. I don't have
Yeah.
to go out and try to go replace you with someone else,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
Exactly. That's what I was about to say with the lender. Once a lot of people have speculations, right? So like, if you got 6 months to pay somebody back, and then interest rates rise or whatever the case may be, you got to go and replace it with another private money lender or whatever the case may be. So that's the
Yes,
added pressure you have with a lender versus a PMP, correct?
100%,
Right.
100%.
Gotcha. So once you have your, like, so backtrack a little, you have the knowledge of, property management, you got that set in place. Then you go ahead and, do like the searching of, so you do your partners first. You go and find your partners first before you go and find the deal.
Yes, 100%.
Okay?
I go find them first, just because, and it's easy to find a partner just by asking people what are their
Right.
goals, what are they looking to do.
Right.
Hey man, what are your goals? Like, what are your real estate goals? You don't just pop into somebody's inbox and, hey, what are your
Right.
goals?
Hey,
Like,
you got money?
what, you creep? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you just do a brief introduction. Hey, my name is Jabs. I'm in the real estate industry. Notice that you are also in the industry as well. Here's a picture of me so that you know I'm a real person. And then you just let them know, hey, here's my goals. I want to see if we can maybe connect to see if we're a fit. And then if they say yes, let's connect. Then I'm asking them, what are your goals?
Right.
What are you looking to do? What are you looking to do in the space? Like, what type of returns are you typically making? If they're not making anything, well, what are you looking for? If they are making something, well, what are you making? Because maybe I can compete with that. I can find the deals that's going to help us become partners. People
Right.
like partnerships because they don't have to do anything. They don't have to manage the property. They don't have to hire a servicing company when it comes to making the payments. They don't have to do any of that stuff. TC services, they don't have to do nothing.
Exactly.
So they'd rather partner with someone. Um, Now you might have to go back to the question
No, yeah. So
so
okay,
that I can.
the structure that we're gearing towards is like, I guess the simple breakdown, because what you're about to explain is basically a wrap at the end of the day, or what's your exit strategy, right? So get to because you're kind of in the middle right now. You have your private
Mhm.
money in place. You got the knowledge. You got your property management in place. Now, once you get the deal, what happens? What's the next step after that? Like, I mean, I guess you have to underwrite the deal, and you got to know what a real deal looks like, and that's a
Yes.
whole, bro.
Yes.
Like, that's a whole nother video, to be honest. Cash on cash return, the
Yeah.
breakdown of what all
Oh
the.
yeah.
That's a whole nother video, and we can probably do that, set that up another day. But once you know what the
For
deal
sure.
is, what happens next? Once you got that deal in place,
So after I've identified a deal, the next thing is I'm about to get on the phone. As long as this deal is making, for me, for an
yeah. Break
example,
break down on an
I have to
example
see
of
at
like
least.
what it would look like, what a good deal looks like, right?
Okay,
Yeah,
perfect. So let's go with I don't know if they can see the side chat. Or probably
probably
can't.
not.
But let's say a property was renting out for you can rent a property out for two thousand
Mm-hmm.
dollars, and the mortgage or the PITI is 1,000
Okay.
bucks. Before any expenses, you're making $1,000 in gross cash
Right.
flow. Okay, so when I'm identifying these good deals, I automatically just off the rip, I'm taking off property management and I'm taking out war
Right.
chest. War chest is just basically capital expenditures. And if you don't know what that is, Google it up or look it up on
Yep.
YouTube. But it's just that just in case something happens
It's that old
to the
shit money.
roof, foundation. Yeah, that's basically the old shit. Old shit. Damn, the toilet is leaking now. We gotta fix
Right.
that. It's the old shit money. The just in
Right.
case. So we put back between 10 to 20% of the rents. We put that back into a separate account
That's key.
called war
Yeah,
chest.
that's good.
So I automatically take off or I deduct 10% for property management. So 10% of 2,000 is 200.
Mm-hmm.
And depending on if a property is in the hood or in a good neighborhood, determines whether or not if I'm taking out 10 or 20%.
For war chest.
20% for war
Ah.
chest if it's in the hood.
Mm.
10% if we're in, McKinney or something like
Right.
that. McKinney is a really good neighborhood. Nobody's going to do nothing to
Right.
McKinney. So let's just pretend like we're in
Mm-hmm.
McKinney. So I'm taking out 10% for that. So that's 400 bucks right
Mm.
there out of that $1,000 that we were making in gross cash
Right.
flow. So I'm making 600 bucks a month. Okay. That's my net cash flow. I'm making 600. Now, this is a Subto deal. Let's say the entry fee is around $25,000, which would be a damn good
Right.
deal. Okay. I'm going to take, let me see, 25,000 times 12. That's 3,000 divided by 12, 250. Okay, perfect. 600 times 12 divided by 25,000. Boom. Okay. So let's keep that example in mind. We're making 600 bucks in net cash flow, and our entry fee we said was 25, right?
Right.
25,000, or did we say
Yeah,
20?
25. Mm-hmm.
20,000. Okay. I want you to do this because this is how you identify a good deal, and I do it
Right.
quick. Take your rents minus your
Right.
expenses. Expenses are war chest, which is 10 to 20% of the total rents, and also your property
Yep.
management, which is you can do it's
10%.
typically 10% of what the rents are going
Right.
for. So we got 2,000 minus that 400 that gives us
Right.
600 bucks. Take your net cash flow, multiply that by 12 months. That gives you your yearly cash flow, and divide that number by your total entry fee
Right.
if you're doing a creative
Okay.
deal. That's going to give you your cash on cash return that you're
Exactly.
making
And that cash
for the
and that
year.
cash on cash return is basically what you ask your private money. What are you looking to get from the deal? So you're
Exactly.
comparing this cash on cash to the stock market at the end of the, like, most 9 times out of 10, you're like, hey, stock market making 8%, I can get you whatever my deal is, right? 15, 16%
Mm-hmm.
cash on cash return. That's what I can make you. That's what we do around here.
That
And that's your selling point. Yeah, that's
100%.
your selling point. And
100%.
so,
And that's the reason. Oh,
no,
go
no.
ahead. Go ahead.
Okay,
I'm
so,
sorry.
and I was going to say, back to kind of like baby step it too, backtrack a little bit. Monthly cash flow is, when Jab says net monthly cash flow, he's talking about the 600, because remember we said 2,000 was what you can rent the house for, 1,000 is what the mortgage is, so that's already cut in half, and then you take off the expenses, so 20% of the total, gross revenue is 400. So it kind of gets confusing, but 600 is your net cash flow, right? 600
Yep.
is your net cash flow, and then
Yep.
you multiply that by 12, and that's your total yearly cash flow. And then you multiply or divide it by the entry fee, correct?
Yeah. Divided by the entry
So
fee.
your entry fee to getting to a deal is say 25K. You divide that, and whatever percentage that comes out to be is your cash on cash return. And so that's your selling point to
Exactly.
your private money, and be like, hey, what's the number on that? What's the
That one is
So there you
29%.
go, right? If you're gonna try to raise some capital, 29% is way better than the stock market right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. A hundred
So
percent.
yeah, man. I mean, that's bro. You
So.
can't beat it. You can't beat it either, because, bro, what
Mhm.
other market does that? What other revenue stream, or whatever you want to call it, whatever. Nothing beats that. Real estate is the only thing.
Yeah. 100%.
Wow.
And it's an asset where the
Ap-
value increases over time, and then you're creating equity. So
Appreciates,
a couple years
and
from
then
now, you can pull the equity out and rebuy more properties
ah,
and do whatever you need to do, pay off bills,
real
whatever.
estate's so
Like
beautiful,
there's
bro.
so much to it. So it is 100%. And so going back to what you just said, I'm basically leveraging that percentage. I'm leveraging that 29%. Hey, this deal makes 29% cash on cash return. The deal makes 29%. Out of this 29%, what are you looking for? Oh man, I would love to get 15%. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Or if you're a private money lender, if you're a private money lender, here's how I would approach you with this deal. Like if we already established a relationship. Hey Anthony, I got this deal. It's making 29% cash on cash return. Um, Here's a breakdown of the numbers. The rents are $2,000. The mortgage is 1,000. We're making a net cash flow of $600. The entry fee is $25,000. Um, are you looking to partner with me on this deal? Hey Jabs, I'll pass on it. Okay, cool, no problem. Well, hey Anthony, since you're not interested in partnering with me, why don't you be my private money lender for maybe 12 months? This deal is making us 29% cash on cash. I can give you 15%. Or what would make you excited to do this deal with me, to fund this deal? What would get you excited?
Right.
Man, Jabs, I would love to see at least like 15%. Okay, 15% on 25,000. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Here's how I would calculate that. I'm going to put in my calculator 25,000 and multiply that by 15%. That gives me 3750 per year. That's what I'm paying my private money lender per year in interest only
Right.
payments. That's what I'm paying them per year in interest only payments. I'm going to divide that number because we're trying to solve for what am I going to pay this person per
Right.
month. I'm going to divide that by 12 months because there's 12 months within the year. That's $312 a month. That's what's going to my private money lender so that I can buy this
Yeah.
deal. Now, I'm making $600 and I'm giving him $300 out of this. So I'm collecting $300 a month in cash
By
flow.
just coordinating, putting the pieces together.
That's all I'm
Beautiful.
doing. Literally. I can even tell this guy, hey, look, man, we're already splitting the cash flow technically. You might as well be my 50% partner in this
Yeah,
deal.
I'd be dumb to not take it. Yeah, you want that deal? That's a hot deal right there. And the craziest part about this too, I want to add this, not to get into weeds, and it'll probably confuse people. But the craziest part about it is you can add your fee on top of what you're borrowing to pay yourself.
Hey, okay. Damn, you got into it. I touched on that, but I didn't break that down.
Yeah.
So, oh my goodness, bro, you just brought up a valid point.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know if you guys remember when I said you can get paid to buy a house,
Mm-hmm.
which is why I love the Subto community that helped me out with that stuff.
Right.
I can literally buy a house by being broke, but also get paid.
Right.
So, what you just said opened the door for me through a whole bunch of shit. I mean, for real.
Right.
So, how can I get paid on a deal that I'm about to purchase? This is perfect. This is where your negotiation skills are going to have to come into play and you knowing how to recognize a really good
Right.
deal.
Right.
Bro, I appreciate you for this podcast, like real talk. I really do.
Yeah.
Because I like sharing this stuff so that people can like go and just take action, bro, and like be like, you know what? Who gives a shit if I fuck up? I got people that I can rely on. They can help me out. Like, let me go and screw up so much that someone comes in and just shows me
Right.
because I'm actually doing the work. I'm putting in the effort. You know what I'm saying? So, damn, that was a good question. Okay. So,
Yeah.
whenever you have a deal, let's use that deal for an example. We're making 2,000 a month in rents, 1,000 for our PITI or our mortgage, and the entry fee was 25,000. Well, remember the deal makes us 29% cash on
Mm-hmm.
cash, so we can actually add a couple $1,000s on that entry fee so that we can
Mm-hmm.
get paid. That we call that in a cost of
Mm-hmm.
acquisition. That's so I can pay
Right.
myself. So here's what that would look like. The total amount to get me in this deal that's cash to seller. By the way, write this down if you got
Right.
a pen. But your entry fee is cash to
Super important,
seller.
by the way, for
Cost of
sure.
acquisition,
Cash to
100%.
seller,
Cost of
cost of
acquisition,
acquisition.
arrears, closing cost, holding cost, rehab, and you have the
Mm-hmm.
marketing cost. So cost of acquisition is where we get paid, or if you want to pay your team, you can pay your team. But this is where my partner and I, this is where we get paid. If the total entry fee is 25,000, I might bump up my entry fee to
Yeah.
30,000 so that I can make $5,000 up
Exactly.
front. Here's the part where you're going to have to know for sure that this deal still works as a long-term rental. You have to be able to identify these deals to make sure that this is still a deal. So, and then also you want to make sure that you build a good reputation around the community, around real estate, period, just in general. Because once you tell people, hey, I'm charging 5,000 for a cost of acquisition, they're going to want to know, okay, are you really going to do what you say you're
Right.
going to do? Are you going to work with integrity? You know, because $5,000, you could lose motivation and be like, you know what, to hell
Right.
with
Right.
this
Right.
deal. Fuck that. I got paid
Mm-hmm.
already. I'm not
Yeah.
like
You have
that.
to keep it.
And I refuse to have
Yeah. You got
anyone
to keep that reputation
oh,
going. Yeah.
100%. So I want to go buy maybe a PlayStation or something like that, or I want to just buy the kids
Mm-hmm.
something new. All right, here we go. Here's I got paid up front. I borrowed 25,000 for the entry fee plus an extra five for me to keep. So now I'm at $30,000 as my total entry fee. So let's make sure that this deal still works. We're making 600 a month in net cash flow. Now we're borrowing $30,000. Typically, investors or private lenders, they like to see between 10 to 15% on their money. That's just bare minimum. They want to see at least 10 to 15%. So I usually start out with 15, just because I know people they're like that just reels them in to work with me even more.
15 is good.
And like
15
maybe
is
on
great,
another
actually.
deal, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And maybe on another deal, they'll look out for me. They'll be like, you know what, Jabs, you've been working with me. I love you. I like working with you. I can take a
Right.
deduction. I'll do 10% or maybe 8% because I love you that much. Perfect. Okay. And I've had people
Yeah.
do that. So we give them, we're at $30,000. I don't know if
Yeah.
you can
I can
see
see
that.
it.
Now, just me, you don't have to do this, but I start out at 15%. Of course, you can offer people 10%, you can offer them
Mm-hmm.
12%. It may take them a little bit longer to get back with you if you present 10 or 12, but you start out at 15, they're going to call you right away. Hey, yeah, I'll take that.
Right, right.
$30,000 and I'm going to multiply that by 15%. That gives me 4,500 bucks for the year. That's what I'm paying them per year. I'm going to divide that number by 12 months, and that gives me $375 per
Right. And
month.
you keep the remainder.
Now, and I keep the
Right.
remainder. I'm making 600
Net.
bucks. That leaves me with $225
Yep.
a month in cash flow, net cash flow. So I'm basically only losing like $100 a month for paying myself five
Exactly.
thousand
Yeah.
dollars.
Yeah. It's a trade-off, right? You're trading off the upfront cash and plus, the monthly net cash flow, rather than taking no cash up
Yes.
front and
Mm-hmm.
making a hundred and something dollars more in cash flow or whatever. It's a
100%.
steal. Like it makes perfect sense. You know, that's good. That's
And
dope, bro. That's a way. That's a
that's
good way to run numbers because you're setting your goal at getting like you're setting your goal to secure your private money. Correct? You're
mm-hmm.
setting your goal because you're like 15% is gonna get them going. So let me start there, and then you keep the remainder plus the upfront fee. That's
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
crazy.
So, and remember, you can ask people, you can offer them 10 to 12%. Sometimes people will give you 8% if they like you, if they
Yeah.
really trust you. But you got to work your way up to there. Um, so whenever you're doing these deals, just obviously know how to identify a really good deal. Know how to. You
Yeah,
still
I'm
there
still
with me?
here. I'm just
Yeah, he's still here. Okay, perfect. Know how to self-manage a property. Also know the property management requirements, what they charge. You want to know those things. You want to also know how to figure out your entry fee whenever you're doing like a creative deal. I'm just talking about strictly
creative.
creative. I'm not talking about cash deals right now. But whenever you are doing these deals, you want to keep your reputation clean. You want to document everything you're doing, like just kind of post pictures of houses that you're looking
Right.
at or
That's why
potentially
social
buying,
media is
just to show
important.
people, hey, oh man, 100%, bro. Like I love social media. That's where all my private money
That's
lenders come from.
crazy.
All my equity partners, that's where they come from. I got 4 funding partners inside of one deal, that 10-unit condo in there. And we just literally we paid ourselves up front 20 grand.
Hmm.
We paid ourselves 20 grand up front. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
crazy.
So, and we're managing that property, making sure everything's good, making
Or
sure our
are
investors are
y'all
protected.
self-managing that, or did y'all get a property management company?
Right now, we're self-managing it. Next month, we'll have a property management company in there,
Nice,
a property manager.
nice,
Yep.
man. That's that's dope, man.
So,
You know, I appreciate you bringing value on here, breaking it down. I don't think I would have been like, I don't think I would have broke it down that easy. Like you could tell you've been breaking it down a lot of times. Like you could tell you've been explaining
yeah,
it to people a lot more than anybody really. And
bro.
I mean, we're running out of time here, but I wanted to ask you one question before we go, bro. Tell me what this quote means to you, bro. Beat the odds,
Okay.
do numbers, and remain humble.
And remain humble.
What does it mean to you?
Okay, so beat the odds, uh, do numbers, and remain humble. So I want to start with remaining humble, no matter how much money you're making, no matter what type of success you taste, no matter what position you're in. Always, first of all, for me, I always keep God first. I'm always remaining humble, even to people that's like just starting out or people that's trying to get into this business or into the sales industry. Always remain humble because it can easily be taken away from you, like just like that. You know what I'm saying? So I always remain humble no matter what. Never get the big head. I don't. I'm not the flashy type. So I'm just a humble person,
That's what's up.
beating the odds and doing numbers. Like let's bro, let's make some. These are $20 bills. It's only 4 of them, but
Yeah,
let's make these, bro.
yeah.
Like let's get these green babies. You know what I'm saying? Like let's do some numbers. This is what we in this business for. We got to make money. You know what I'm saying? To survive, to make sure that we got stuff lined up for our families for futures in front of them. I want to make sure that my fam have well, sorry, I want to make sure that my legacy has money like forever. Sam Walton, the owner of Walmart and Sam's Club, that guy don't his family don't have to worry about anything. Donald Trump, his family, they don't have to worry about anything like the legacy that he built. You know what I'm saying? We have to do those numbers. You know what I'm saying? We got to beat all the odds,
Yep.
bro. Like any negative thing that comes my way, fuck it, bro. I don't give a fuck about that negativity, man. I'm moving forward. I'm striving forward. You know what I'm saying? Any type of circumstance, any type of I had a word in my head, but now I can't think of
Adversity.
it. But any type of curveball, adversity, yes, any type of adversity, bro. I'm beating that shit, bro. That's why when I came from boxing and I joined real estate, dude, I'm like, this shit is
Yeah.
easy to me. This is nothing. Whenever adversity hits, okay, I've been here before. My back is always against the
Boom.
wall. I know how to play chess. I know how to get out of there. You know what I'm saying? When I'm in a corner, I know how to plant my left foot and pivot up out of there and start throwing
Right.
the jabs. You know what I'm saying? I gotta beat the odds, bro. I gotta beat. There's people that see my skin color and they're like, how the hell is this guy doing that? He's black. Like, what the hell? You're a black young guy. I'm beating all the odds, bro. I'm trying to break the stigma. You know what
Dirty.
I'm saying? I don't have time for these games. I don't have time for people to, I want people to look at me and be like, damn, that is the definition of hope right there. You know what I'm saying? I want that's beating the
Yep.
odds, bro. Like I'm breaking the stigma.
My guy.
So,
Yep.
damn, bro.
That's
I love
that's
being on
dope,
here.
bro. That's dope, man. And I wanted to say this too. Like seeing your success. You're winning a lot more times than you're losing, and I'm not gonna lie. If I were in your position, I probably wouldn't be as humble as you, bro. To be honest, I ain't even gonna lie to you. But hey, I'm gonna take your advice and run with it. Whenever I level up a little bit more each and every day. I'm gonna remain humble, bro. I mean, I've been. I'm gonna
You
keep I'm
have
gonna
to.
keep remaining humble, bro.
You have,
Seeing the traction start with this real estate. I'm in this infancy stages on this real estate journey, but man,
hmm
I'm excited for the future, bro. And you're definitely
Let's get it,
you're
man.
definitely one of the inspirations. But yeah, let the people know where you brought us all this value, bro. Where can they catch you? Let us know where to follow you and all this and that.
Perfect. Okay. My Instagram, I think everything I have is under Jabs Carter. Even my PlayStation 5 gamer tag. So if
I'll
y'all
beat you on
on
Madden, by the way.
PS5, let's get it. So I want to start off with that because I know there are some people that's on the games, and they probably, maybe listen to podcasts or something like that while playing the game. I did that a lot. But I'm on the PS5. My gamer tag is Jabs underscore Carter 84. Same thing as Instagram. My Instagram handle is Jabs. That's JABS underscore Carter, CARTER 84. And my Facebook name is Jabs Carter. And I think I have a TikTok, and it should be Jabs underscore Carter
Man, I'm gonna
84.
I'm gonna stop.
My
I'm gonna stop
and
sleeping on that TikTok, bro. We have to. We got to stop
yeah,
sleeping on that TikTok.
yeah. My VA posts on
Oh,
there
for
every
real?
day, and I didn't know until somebody
Oh wow,
told me. Yeah, somebody reached out to me and was like, "Hey, I seen your video on TikTok." I was like, "I
that's
got a
funny.
TikTok?" Oh, I forgot. But
Yep.
YouTube, that's where you can catch all my content, my
Long form.
long form and short form. It's Jabs underscore Carter
Gotcha.
84.
Yeah, man.
And that's all the social
Bro, I
media I got.
appreciate you coming on, bro. First guest. I couldn't ask for a better guest, brother. I appreciate you coming on.
I, I'm humbled, bro. I appreciate you for
Yeah,
putting me
man.
on here, man. This makes me
Yeah.
happy, dog.
I'm
This
gonna
makes me
I'm gonna
happy.
keep on doing these. I made a what is that called? I made a commitment of doing 21 episodes because I seen on Pace Morby actually.
hmm
Pace Morby on one of his podcasts, he was like the common theme of a successful podcaster is just doing 21 episodes. So at the end of the day, you just got to be consistent. You like, and they
Wow.
say he's saying that like 80% of podcasts don't even make it to episode 2. So I'm like, all right, yeah. So I'm like, all
Dang.
right. So like I see a gap, like if you're a successful podcast and you're gonna be all right, if you do 21 episodes, you're gonna be all right.
Yeah.
speak your mind on, what you got going and interview people, drop some gems, gather some gems, take notes, provide value at the end of the day.
I love it, man. Again, I appreciate you, bro. I'm humbled for being
Already,
on
bro.
here. I really do
We'll
appreciate
see
it.
you on the next episode, y'all. Y'all take it easy, bro.
All right, man. Have
All
a
right.
good one,
I
bro.
bet.
All right.